That's why you find some people will be like, they don't take you to their homes. They don't take you to their workplaces. Those two places are very, very essential when it comes to life in this world. 3 things you should actually be careful around in life. 3 of them that you shouldn't give access. Like I said, I wish I learned this earlier. Oh God, I wish I learned this earlier. When we talk of the spiritual realm, in the physical, it may not appear. But in the spiritual realm, somebody having access to you in the spiritual realm is so easy, more than somebody having access to you in the physical world. Ask me how. When I get a camera and I post this house, I've opened and I post it. I have opened all the spirits and I've given them access to my house without them knocking on my door in the physical world to enter. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I post this house, if I take a video of this house and I post on my social media handle, I have given access to the spiritual realm to my house without them being physically here to knock on the door and I open for them. And such a spirit is very hard to overtake, because it's not one spirit. You've welcomed the spirit of poverty because the spirit of wealth has been exposed, that hey, she has this and this and this, so the spirit of poverty is going to come through. When I've shown off my house, I'm going to expose the good spirit of provision because I'm not lacking. So the spirit of starvation is going to be welcomed in because it knows this house has everything. So it's high time I come and take out everything. And that's why they say the devil came to kill, destroy, and steal. Most cases, after such moments, is when you hear somebody say, they robbed me. How did they know what was in your house? Because you've posted. Like I said, don't judge me. I wish you meet people, you think you know them, you get attached to them 1 week, 1 month, you're already calling them a best friend, but you don't know who they are. Their background, you don't know what they've come with. You've gotten aligned with their spirits. Some people have good spirits and some people have bad spirits. And people who have bad spirits don't even know they have bad spirits. And there's some people who also have good spirits, but they also don't know they have good spirits. For example, you could be having a messed up week at work, but the day you pick your phone to call me and hear my voice, things go well for you that day. That's a good spirit, but you may not even know that you have a good spirit. And that's when you hear some people say, every time I talk to you, something great happens to me. Every time I am stuck and I call you, I get enlightened. I need to talk to so-and-so before I go for a job interview, because they know you have a good spirit on you. I think you've had such scenarios where somebody be like, every time I talk or meet this person, life goes well for me. Or some people hear them saying, every time I talk to so-and-so, for me. Like, life is fucked up for me. Mind about the people you invite in your home. In the spiritual realm, who you expose and give access to your home. That's number one. Number two, in the physical world, who do you give access to your home? That, mind that so much. Mind that so much. Please mind that so much. It's good to have friends. Those who have 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 friends, it's good. But have public places where you meet. And cleanse yourself every time you come. I used to have a neighbor who used to, when you go to her house, before you enter her house, she used to do these candles, not candles, I don't know, those smoke, how they call them, scented stuff, like kabang, what? Muslims call them what? I don't know. That thing, it's like a stick, they light it, it gets fire, and then the smoke. She rotates it around you, and she's like, I'm taking away all your bad energy, all the bad energy on you, stay behind. Stay behind. And I used to call her psycho. I used to be like, chick, you freak me out. Like, you don't get to do that to somebody if she's rude or what. And she's like, call it whatever you want to call it. I do not welcome any energy in my house. Yeah, incense, that one. And I'm like, you're psycho, you're crazy. Little did I know, she's actually right. She's actually right. People come with energies they do not even know they possess. Most of us use public means, transport. You don't know whose car you've entered. What was done in that car? You don't know if there was a spirit of rape in that car. You don't know if there was a spirit of accident in that car. You don't know the person you associated yourself with, if they are cursed or if they have generational curses on them. You have no idea. But in 1 minute of contact, you have no idea how many spirits you've carried on yourself. Oh God, I wish I knew this earlier. So please, can you pray for any connection you get to meet in life? Yeah, incense is not a bad thing. Yeah. But me, I thought it was being bad and psycho and all that. I never knew. Now is when I get to know. Luban in our language. Do you understand? Number 2 area you should really mind in your life is food. The food you eat, where you eat it from. I don't care if it's a 7-star restaurant. I don't care if it's a 10-star hotel restaurant. I don't care if it's from your mother, your father, your siblings, your neighbor, your friend. Mind the food you put in your body. And that's why they always say, pray for your meal before you have it. Are you aware there are spirits in restaurants and hotels we go to, where we sleep, where we eat our food? Are you aware, do you know the owner of the hotel or the restaurant you're eating from, what they did for them to have that restaurant? For them to have that hotel? Do you know what they did? You have no idea. If that restaurant is standing on the right foundation or not. And if it's standing on the wrong foundation, then it contaminates everything in that foundation. It contaminates everything that is in and out of that foundation, out of that hotel, out of that restaurant. The vendor in the market where you've gone to buy your food, and brought it home and cooked it. Do you know what that woman you bought that food from did for her to have many customers? Everyone is dealing the same product she's dealing. Why her? If she's favored, if she's doing it in the right way, then your meal is blessed. If it is in the wrong way, then your meal is cursed. I wish I knew all this earlier. I'm just getting to know this at 30 years, and I hope it's not too late for some of you out there. Do not feel too late. That's why I keep telling people, don't ever feel you're too smart. We learn every day. Every day we learn. So whatever food you eat, whatever food you put in your body, whether it's a drink or food whatsoever, anything that you put in your body, can you please pray about it? Can you pray before you go to that market? Can you tell God, locate me to the right person? Locate me to the right vendor. Locate me to the right restaurant. And that also brings about, I think I'll mention 4 or 5 things that you should remind about. Okay? So, number 1, I mentioned number 1 was, okay? So, number 1, I mentioned number 1 was access to your home, both in the physical and in the spiritual realm. Number 2, I've told you the food you put in your body. And number 3, this one, we are all victims. Even pastors are victims. Whoever you get sexual with, intimately sexual with. And on that part, I will not do the late night show, midnight show anymore, basing on this point. Little did I know that people can have sex with me in the spiritual realm by being seductive on my life. I didn't know that. I wish I knew this earlier. So most of you have had sex with me during that show without me knowing that I have. Mind the people you get sexual with. And that's why you find that when you start exposing yourself in the spiritual realm, things go wrong for you in the physical world. If you had a partner, you start having fights in the physical world. Because somewhere in the spiritual realm, somebody claims you as their girlfriend, somebody claims you as their husband. And who is not in the physical world? People who are crashing on me